was streaming the other day and my chat issued me an interesting challenge. Summarize all of Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, 358.5 days, and Kingdom Hearts 2 from memory. And I couldn't say no. Make sure to like and subscribe, and a special thank you to my Patreons who make all of this possible. Let's get into it. Like Kingdom Hearts wasn't really that complicated until the newer games. Once they start introducing time travel, that shit's over. That shit's over. Feel bad because my favorite Kingdom Hearts is the one for Roxas. 358.5 days. That's one of my favorites. 358.5 days is top tier Kingdom Hearts. 100%. One of the best storylines they've made. And the fact that they let you dual wield a Keyblade. Like, why would they take out dual wielding Keyblades? That's why I want to know. Challenge Maddie, explain what happens in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 in Chain of Memories in 358.5 days. You think I won't? Kingdom Hearts 1 opens up Destiny Islands. A child named Sora is about to embark on a journey that he was not prepared for. He wakes up on an island and he realizes it's time for him to make a raft. Him and his friends are going to be exploring the world. He knows about other worlds because Kairi, one of his friends and shipmates who came to his world when they were children. So we know that other worlds exist, and Riku and Sora, his other friend, want to do it. Sora, in his dream, finds a weapon called a Keyblade, a weapon that looks like a key that can be used to face off against villains called the Heartless. Would you guess what they are? They're people without hearts. When you're killed by a Heartless, your heart leaves your body and you become a Heartless from that heart. Sora, when he gets his Keyblade, fights his way through the darkness before learning that he will be the one who will open the door to the light. He wakes up on the beach, he builds the raft. On the day they're supposed to go, a huge storm strikes the island. Sora searches for his friends Riku and Kairi, but Riku, his rival and friend, is on the island too. He asks Sora to come with him, but Sora doesn't. Sora doesn't accept the reached out hand, and Riku is consumed by the darkness. Sora then finds Kairi in a catatonic state as a dark gust blows through the area, pushing her through him and disappearing. Both his friends gone, his island in tatters. He faces off against the Heartless. Eventually, he's consumed by the dark. But with his Keyblade, he's able to be saved and wakes up in Traverse Town. Boom. Traverse Town has all the Final Fantasy characters. Donald and Goofy show up on a mission from King Mickey. That's right, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and Disney all share a world. King Mickey sends Donald Duck and Goofy on a mission to find the key bearer. They arrive in Traverse Town, and after a bunch of shenanigans, they meet up after facing off against a boss, and they decide to join teams together to hunt down for King Mickey and hunt down for Riku and Kairi. Part 1. They leave Traverse Town in their gummy ship, then explore a couple worlds looking for King Mickey. Can be done in a different order. You travel between different Disneylands. Let's do them in order, I guess. You arrive at Alice in Wonderland. You go through a tribunal trying to clear Alice's name for trying to steal the Queen's heart. You find out that it is, in fact, the Heartless. Alice is then captured by a cavalcade of Disney villains who are capturing the Princesses of Heart. We don't know who they are yet. Does Mickey have his nipple out at this point? No, Mickey does not have nipples out at this point. Sora, as the Keyblade's chosen, travels through different worlds trying to figure out where his friends are. He goes to the Olympus Coliseum, meets Cloud from Final Fantasy. They do a little fight. Philoctetes and Hercules are there. They have fun with you. You're a junior hero. You go to Tarzan's world and you meet up with a monkey who says your friends are here. Friends here. You help Tarzan beat up Clayton. You figure out how to cast the cure spell finally, and you go back to Traverse Town where Riku has shown up. Riku gets butthurt because you have new friends. Then you learn more about the cavalcade of evil villains. There's, Captain Hook, there's Ursula, there's Maleficent, a whole bunch of Disney villains, all ruling these different Disney worlds, trying to capture all these princesses apart. Excellent. You now go to the next set of worlds where you're still exploring, trying to find your friends. Riku showed up, was cryptic. You don't know where he is. You know he's safe. You still don't know where Kairi is. Now you're exploring, you get eaten by Monstro the whale. Riku's there, he's stolen Pinocchio because he sees that Pinocchio is a puppet who has a soul. And guess what? Kairi's revealed she is an empty body with no soul. So he's trying to figure out what makes Pinocchio special. You chase him through Monstro, you fight a weird parasite, you save Pinocchio, but Riku and Kairi are gone. You go to Little Mermaid's world, you sing a song, you talk to her sexy father. Then you go to Halloween Town, you try to create an artificial heart, you fail. Oogie Boogie, no, he kidnapped Santa Claus in the second one. What does Oogie Boogie do in the first one? Turns into a house. Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas turns into a house that you fight. Does that mean that Sora's whole power is the ability to steal Keyblades of others and use them? No. So all those Keyblades you collect are all meant for the characters of the world. You don't collect Keyblades. You collect keychains that you put on your original Keyblade to change their shape. So at that point, you now arrive at Hollow Bastion. It is the world where all the Disney villains that you were fighting have their main base. You arrive in Hollow Bastion after beating all the Disney villains, and Maleficent is the one that's left. You fight through Hollow Bastion, and you run into Riku again. Riku reveals, uh-oh, the Keyblade was meant for Riku, and you've just been using it this whole time. The Keyblade then goes to Riku. You are left with a wooden sword. Donald and Goofy abandon you because they're supposed to follow the key. You then fight through Hollow Bastion with a wooden sword until you meet up with Riku again. You say, my friends are my power. Your heart becomes stronger than Riku's and you gain control of the Keyblade again. You then fight through the rest of Hollow Bastion, beat Maleficent. Riku has another Keyblade now and is talking different and has a weird sexy outfit on. You then get to the end after beating Maleficent, and Riku's there. But uh-oh, it's not Riku. It's actually a guy named Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. Who is that? Who is that? We don't really know unless you read all the reports. Ansem was originally the person who discovered Heartless and started creating artificial Heartless, which then spread through and caused this epidemic. So Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, has taken over your boy's body. You fight him, and he says, hey, you know how Kairi's been an empty husk this whole time? Remember way back at the beginning of the game where she was like ethereal and got blown through you? That was actually her heart. And her heart's in you. Sora stabs himself in the heart, releases Kairi's heart, opens up the door to darkness by doing it, giving Ansem what he wants. Sora becomes a Heartless. Kairi hugs Sora Heartless, turns him back into a real person. You run away. Now, the door to darkness is opened. Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, has your boy. Kairi is saved. She says, here's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me, and gives you a lucky charm. You go to Hollow Bastion again. You fight through. You get to the end of the world. A basically desolate place of dead worlds all smushed together where you fight through, you get to the end, and you fight Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, who is a Heartless that you found out. So the scientist that found the Heartless created artificial Heartless, became a Heartless himself. Boom. Easy. You fight him, he turns into a spaceship. I'm not lying. You kill the spaceship, and he's like, but I just wanted Kingdom Hearts. And then Kingdom Hearts is there because that's his goal. And then he got to Kingdom Hearts, and you're like, I know now, without a doubt, Kingdom Hearts is light. And then Kingdom Hearts opens up, and light blasts out and kills him. But uh-oh, actually, there's darkness in Kingdom Hearts 2, and that's gonna spill out everywhere. Your boy Riku's there, and he's like, don't worry, Sora. I'll help you seal the door. And then Mickey pops out. He's shirtless. You haven't seen him all game. He's like, oh, come on, everybody. Let's seal the door to darkness. And you're like, isn't that King Mickey? Why are you shirtless? And King Mickey goes, there's no time. I'll explain it in the sequel game about 20 years from now. So you shut the door to darkness. Riku's trapped in there with King Mickey. You, Donald, and Goofy on the other side. Kairi's there. Don't know how she got there. No. Because Ansem was destroyed and Kingdom Hearts was sealed, all of the worlds are going back to what they were. They're returning. So all the worlds that were eaten by the Heartless are going back to what they were. So you are basically trying to be put back to your World of Destiny Islands. Kairi's there. She's like, Sora! And you're like, Kairi! Sora! Kairi! I'll always come back to you. I promise.
And then Kyrie goes, I know you will. And your hands break apart. And then the music plays. And then the post-credit scene, you're running towards the castle. That's Kingdom Hearts 1. God damn, that's a lot of shit. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 1 is done.
I guess I'll go Chain of Memories. Jesus Christ. I have to do them chronologically too, so I can't just do one. I have to do both Chain of Memories and 358 and a half days at the same time. So it's very important to know that when Sora turned into a Heartless, something else happened. When you lose your heart, your body left behind turns into something called a nobody, another kind of monster. They can be more cognizant than Heartless. All right, so Chain of Memories begins. You're walking on a pathway. A man in a black coat says, hey, come over to this castle. At the same time, your Heartless, your nobody, wakes up. His name is Roxas. Nobodies do have bodies then? Yes. Nobody is not nobody. Nobody meaning like you are a nobody, because they don't have hearts. So your nobody wakes up on a beach. Another guy in a coat's like, hey, your name's Roxas now. Because your name was Sora, we're gonna mix up the letters, put an X in there. Boom, that's your name. He takes you back to his hideout. So the nobodies don't have hearts, but also the Heartless don't have hearts. So where the fuck do you get two things? So the Heartless are beings created from hearts. The original Heartless, like the Black Shadows, those are just creatures called Heartless, and they seek hearts because they don't have them. When you die, an artificial Heartless is created from the heart left over. So you become like this Heartless from the heart, seeking more hearts because yours is now corrupted by Shadow. So yeah, you go to this castle called Castle Oblivion. Sexy guy named Axel is like, hey, I got red hair, name's Axel, got it memorized, we can fuck later. Also, here's a playing card, go find out your memories. There's a cool girl you forgot about. So the whole plot of Chain of Memories is going through the worlds you visited in the original Kingdom Hearts, playing through them and discovering your true memories, basically, unlocking a past that you'd forgotten. In reality, there's a character called Naminé. We love her. She's short. She's got blonde hair. She wears like a pillowcase. It's weird. She is the nobody created from when Kyrie's heart was stolen. She has the ability to influence Sora, changing his memories. So basically, as you go through the tower, she's rewriting your memory so that she takes the place of Kyrie. While this is happening, your nobody is recruited by an organization called Organization 13, the same black-clad people who brought you to the castle. Their goal is to use your nobody to create artificial Kingdom Hearts. By killing as many Heartless as you possibly can with the Keyblade, they plan to harvest those hearts released by the Keyblade to create an artificial Kingdom Hearts, to basically return their heart to themselves. They're nobodies, they don't have a heart, make an artificial heart, put it into yourself. Definitely not Asians, definitely. Basically, the shadow class of Heartless are the true Heartless. Yes. Your nobody is being recruited because he can use the Keyblade to kill Heartless, make an artificial thing. So as Sora's going up the tower and like losing his memories and thinking Naminé is his new friend, your nobody is off doing missions, killing Heartless to make an artificial Kingdom Hearts. As you're going up the tower, you run into Riku. Oh my god, your best friend. He was in the Door to Darkness. How did he get there? Uh-oh, he's not the real Riku. He's a clone of Riku, created by one of the organization members. He also thinks Naminé is his girl, and you fight. And as you keep going up the tower, you keep forgetting more and more about who you are and who your friends are. And then all you're left with is the desire to reach Naminé. Everything's been erased from your brain, basically. You finally beat Clone Riku. Clone Riku is out of there. You fight through multiple organization members, killing them along the way because they're trying to control you. You know, why have just your nobody killing Heartless? They can have you too. You finally find Naminé. She has a change of heart and wants to heal your memory. Uh-oh, Marluxia, the guy in charge, is like, no, you can't. I'm going to kill Sora. I'd rather kill him than have him not be our puppet. You beat Marluxia. He dies. You end up meeting up with Naminé. Naminé is like, hey, surprise, I'm not really your girl. I made all that shit up. Hop in this egg for a year and I'm gonna fix your memory. So you hop in the egg. While this is all happening, the real Riku gets out of the world of darkness and finds himself in Castle Oblivion. The same place you are as Sora, except he's at the top working his way down. Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, the guy that possessed him, he's still alive and he's trying to get control of Riku again. But King Mickey's there to help you. So Riku's fighting down from the top, trying to rescue Sora, figure out what's going on, and fight off Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. He kills some other organization members that are trying to control him. He fights his clone, who decides that he's gonna be his own person now and not just a Riku clone, even though that's all he knows how to be. Riku gets to the end, beats the organization members, and meets up with a mysterious figure named Diz, who is helping Naminé restore Sora's memory, is going to help keep him safe. And Diz is like, hey, are you going to follow the road to darkness or the road to light? And Riku's like, actually, I'm going to follow the Twilight Road in between. So that's Chain of Memories. While that's happening, simultaneously, your nobody is killing Heartless, going on missions, trying to understand who he is, doesn't know his past. A new girl shows up named Xion. She can also wield the Keyblade, so you help train her. But while Xion gets more powerful, you get weaker and stop being able to use the Keyblade. So it's like, as Xion gets more powerful, you get more weaker, and vice versa. Basically, one of you can't be working while the other one is. So it becomes desperate, like, well, if I'm not useful, they'll get rid of Xion. If Xion's not useful, they'll get rid of me. So you spend a lot of the game trying to figure out how to protect Xion with your friend Axel, the sexy one, got it memorized. It turns out, Xion is also a clone, but this time is a gender-bent clone of Sora. That's right, your girlfriend is actually Sora this whole time. An artificial being created to be able to wield the Keyblade. And they go, hey, we have an artificial being who can do it. We don't need your ass anymore. So they decide that because Xion is a better puppet, they're going to get rid of Roxas. It gets to the point where Xion is like, hey, if I keep being alive, you are going to die. Both of us cannot exist because we are both feeding off of Sora's energy. You are his nobody, I am his clone. That's how we have our powers. So one of us has to go. She basically challenges him to a suicide fight, bringing out all of her power just to force you to kill her. You end up beating Xion, and as Xion dies, you forget about her. It's tragic. It's a very sad scene. The problem is, as an artificial being and as just a manifestation of Sora's psyche, once she dies, she's not real. She's no longer in the world. So everyone who was friends with Xion and was trying to save her now doesn't remember her anymore. But Roxas remembers that he's missing something, and he remembers that the organization is to blame. So Roxas, going on a suicide mission, decides to charge Organization 13's base and destroy them. 358.5 days ends with Riku. Riku, our best friend, he shows up and is like, hey, Roxas, I can't let you do a suicide mission. If you die, Sora can never be whole again. You have to live so you can join with Sora again so that his heart and his body can be one again. Roxas is like, bitch, it's my life. I'm my own person. Fights Riku, loses. Roxas then gets digitized into a simulation of a town in order to keep him docile while they bring Sora back. 1 year passes. We are now in Kingdom Hearts 2. That's right, we're getting through it. Kingdom Hearts 2 begins with Roxas, trapped in a simulation. You don't know it's a simulation. As you go through the days, you meet up with your friends, Hayner, Pen, Solette, but things start acting weird in the town. Roxas won, but Riku cheated. True, Roxas did win. Riku then turned himself over to the power of darkness. You're so right, Chaos. I forgot about that part. Kingdom Hearts 2 starts with the data world. You're Roxas. You don't know who you are. All you know is that it's summer vacation, baby. but you gotta do homework. So you go through, you do your homework, you research the town, weird shit keeps happening, you're having memories of a different person, you're having thoughts that aren't your own, and as you keep passing out, you keep hearing something go, restoration at 74%. And you start seeing things, connections to different people in Sora's life. In fact, you even talk to Kairi, and she helps, jog Sora's memory. As you play through, Axel invades this digitized world and tries to take you back to the organization. Axel's like, hey bro, it's me, time to get you out. I know you're gonna go on a suicide mission to beat the organization, but I don't want my friend to die. And you're like, I don't know who you are because I got digitized and my memories are gone. Then you fight, you get out of the simulation, or you fight through the simulation, you get out, and you realize, hey, wait a minute, this was all correct. I'm face to face with the egg that Sora is in. And then you wake up as Sora. I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Kingdom Hearts 2, you wake up as Sora in the egg. You have no memories of Castle Oblivion because all of the fake memories that were created had to be wiped out of your mind from Naminé to bring back your regular memories. So you have no memory of Castle Oblivion, no memory of Naminé, no memory of Organization 13. You wake up in Traverse Town, not Traverse Town, in Twilight Town. You get on a train that brings you to Yen Sid's tower, the guy from Fantasia. You meet up and he's like, hey, here are what nobodies are. Let me explain this to you. And you learn what nobodies are. And then the three fairies from Sleeping Beauty go, have some cool fucking clothing unless you wield two keyblades. And it's the coolest thing ever. And then you never get to use it in any other Kingdom Hearts. And your mission is to stop the nobodies. We don't know what they're doing. We know they're trying to make an artificial Kingdom Hearts. We don't know what they're doing, so we have to go and fight it. Give me wisdom form back. Give me any form back, man. Give me any form back. You talk to Yen Sid. He's like, hey, the worlds are fucked up. Nobodies are attacking. Heartless are back. I thought we stopped that. You didn't. So you go out, you explore the worlds. You go to Mulan's world. You help Mulan, become a warrior. You fight through, you kill some Heartless, you get to the end, yada yada. A lot of the first visits to the worlds don't matter that much. A lot of the first visits are just setting things up for later on. You go to Beast's world, to Sleeping to the castle of Beast. You hang out with him. He's gone kind of feral. You help him get back to his senses, and you start seeing hints that this association, Organization 13, the ones that you killed a bunch of in Chain of Memories, they're behind everything, all these attacks. You end up back in Traverse Town. You're like, hey, what's up, Final Fantasy friends? Nice to see you again. They're like, hey, you know that you end up in Traverse, sorry, you end up in Hollow Bastion, where all your Final Fantasy friends have gone to. And they're like, hey, this is where Maleficent's castle was, and there's a bunch of Heartless over there. And you're like, Maleficent's dead though. Spoiler alert, Maleficent comes back. So you fight through the worlds, you go to the Lion King, you go to Pirates of the Caribbean, you go to Little Mermaid, you go a bunch of places. A lot of establishing shit. But then you start going back through the worlds, and that's when things get crazy. You start running into the organization members. You realize that Beast has been manipulated by someone named Zaldin, the worst boss in the game. And by that I mean the hardest. And you fight, you help Beast overcome the darkness inside of him. Zaldin's like, but what if I hurt Belle? And I think Belle hits him in the nuts, and runs away. You beat up Zaldin, he dies. You go to Mulan, there's a giant Heartless attacking. A black cloaked figure using Riku's sword is there. He fights you, helps you out at the king's castle. You beat the giant Heartless, you go through. So Riku's out there, but he's not talking to you. So Riku's safe. Kairi, we think, is still back on the island. But at this point, Kairi is attempted to be kidnapped by Axel to use as a bargaining chip to get Roxas back. Kairi escapes through a portal of darkness, goes running around, ends up at Twilight Town with Hayner, Pence, and Olette, Roxas's digitized friends. You go back there, but you just miss Kairi as Kairi is captured. He gets brought back to the base of Organization 13. So you're freaking out. You're going through the worlds trying to hunt down Organization 13. Maleficent's Heartless start attacking. You go back to Hollow Bastion and you learn that Organization 13 wants you to kill Heartless. And they're like, yes, please kill more Heartless. We're harvesting the hearts to make an artificial Kingdom Hearts. And you're like, shit. So what am I supposed to do? I can't kill things anymore. I can't beat up Heartless. I'm just doing what they want. You get rescued by Maleficent. You run away. You eventually decide, fuck it. Even if using my Keyblade is going to, help their agenda, I still have to, fight back against them. You go to the worlds, you fight against different organization members. Nothing else really that important happens in the worlds, to be honest. And you end up finally getting to the world that never was. The headquarters of Organization 13. Sorry. I lied. You learn that the leader of Organization 13 is a nobody who was the assistant to Ansem the Wise, the guy who made the artificial Heartless. The one who you fought in the last game. So you get to Emirat, exactly. You get to the world that never was. You start fighting through the nobodies, and you learn that not only are they trying to create the artificial Kingdom Hearts to restore their hearts, they're also trying to do something else with Kingdom Hearts, which is, get really powerful and rule the world. So as you're fighting through, you run into Riku. Riku and Kairi, who has escaped from jail. And Riku is giving Kairi a Keyblade. I wonder if she ever gets to use that. And they're fighting Heartless. And you finally reunite with them. You're like, Kairi, it's good to see you. And then Riku shows up and he's like, I had to give myself over to the darkness to save you. You can't look at me. I'm hideous now. And you're like, no, you're always Riku. You'll always be Riku. And then Sora has the gayest moment ever in the best way possible. He sees Kairi, he's like, oh, good to see you, Kairi. He sees Riku, he collapses on his knees, grabs his hands, like, Riku, I looked everywhere for you. So they're definitely fucking. You rescue Kairi, Riku's there, you're all having a good time, and you are beating the organization members. You get up to the last boss, and King Mickey shows up with the guy who is helping Riku, Diz. Diz is actually Ansem the Wise. It was a ruse all along. Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, wasn't actually Ansem. It was all a prank, bro. He took on Ansem's name. Ansem was the original scientist who had, a bunch of research assistants. Those research assistants were the main members of Organization 13. They discovered the Heartless. The main researcher, Xehanort, became a nobody on purpose, voluntarily. That nobody became the leader of Organization 13. The Heartless created from him becoming a nobody became Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, the antagonist of the first game. Are you confused yet? Ansem the Wise, aka Diz, aka the original researcher, brings out a gun and shoots the artificial Kingdom Hearts. I'm not joking. He shoots it with an energy beam, it blows up. Xemnas is like, hey, that fucking sucks. You're gonna have to kill more Heartless now. You're like, shut up, loser. We're gonna beat you up. So you fight him, and then he runs away. And then you fight through, and you get sucked into an alternate world inside your own mind where Roxas is. You now have to fight Roxas for control of your own body. Roxas is like, I'm my own person. You're like, I don't know who you are, weird yellow-haired dude. And you fight him, you beat him, very hard boss fight. Roxas gives up his identity to become part of Sora, making Sora complete again. His nobody and his Heartless fuse together to become a real person again. A door opens up. That door leads to the artificial Kingdom Hearts, where Xemnas is fleeing. You and Riku go through. Which Xehanort is this? I'm going to say this with no context, because you asked for it. This is the nobody of the body taken over by the original Xehanort. Xehanort took over a body. That body became the research student. That research student became the nobody, Xehanort, and the Heartless, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. There you go. That's which Xehanort it is. There's like a dozen different Xehanorts. Are there any other Xehanorts we should know about? So you get through the door, you fight through, he turns into a spaceship, They keep doing that. You beat him up with Riku at your side. Riku's back to normal, by the way. And you shoot him with a friendship beam in the chest. I'm not lying, that happens. You beat up Xemnas. His plans are thwarted. Organization 13's dead. You and Riku wake up on the Twilight Shores to nothingness. And you remember the first words said to you at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. You are the one who will open the door to light. The door to light opens, you and Riku stumble out of the portal onto Destiny Islands, back where the journey began. Kairi, King Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are all there. You have a big cuddle puddle pile. Everyone's having a good time. Uh-oh, post-credit scene, a bottle shows up with a note in it from King Mickey that's like, time to suit up, everyone. And that's the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. That was the timeline from Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 358 and a half days, and Kingdom Hearts 2. Hopefully, I got things pretty decent. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Thank you again to my wonderful patrons who make all of this possible. You can support me by joining with the link in the description. Thank you to Tetsujin, Kyo Shy, Mira, Paul Blank, Neo, Flash Fox, Sven Folger, Kyra, and TSL Smokey. Make sure to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.